All right. Hi, everyone. You are right on time for this little presentation. I believe there's going to be a bit more people, uh, but yeah, we can start. Please don't hesitate to comment in the chat. You can introduce yourself. You can discuss with other people. Feel free. And I'll start talking more about the presentation in a few minutes. In the meantime, you can scan this QR code that you can see near my face there, and you will be able to interact with the presentation. So yeah, I've asked a first question, where are you from? So by scanning this QR code, you will be able to answer, and your answer will appear on the live. And this will also automatically enter you for a chance to win a subscription, a Vibes subscription of 3 months. So yeah, do it. Hello, hello Muju Art. Hello Jason, hello Runtfu. I hope everyone is doing okay. Everyone has had a nice weekend. So this is the first time I'm doing a YouTube live, so I hope it works okay. Yeah, there's a lot of things going there, but I hope it works. All right. Yeah. The best is if you can open this YouTube live on your computer, for example, so you can scan the QR code with your phone and then interact. But if you can't, it's fine. I mean, it's fine. I think we're gonna have a lot of people from different places, so it's gonna be pretty interesting. I already see in the YouTube chat that there's people from Finland, Canada, France. Stacy from the Caribbean. Awesome. All right, so I guess I'll start by introducing myself. If you don't know me, I'm Theo. I am the creator of the app Vibes that you probably know by now. I'm 29 years old, I'm gay, and I live in France, Paris. So yeah, that's me. I created the app a few moments ago, I guess. And yeah, I wanted to do this presentation because there's a lot of you people joining the app right now from all around the world. And many of you don't really know what it's about, why it exists, and who we are. So I thought it was a good idea to make this presentation. And yeah, so as you can probably hear, I am not a native English speaker. So you can hear my nice French accent, but I hope it's gonna be understandable. This is going to be a very interactive presentation. So I will and I am reading everything that you write on the comments, or if you scan the QR code, you're gonna have a button where you can ask a question so I can answer it. So please ask any questions you have about the app, about what we're doing, about something that's not clear about the presentation, or I don't know, about me, whatever you want. It's really like a friendly conversation between all of us, so don't hesitate. Yet. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. There's a few of you that just joined. If you can, please scan the QR code that's near to my face, and you're gonna be able to answer directly on the live here. As you can see, like there's 3 people that answered, and you will automatically be have a chance to win a 3 month subscription to the app. And I will pick the winners at random at the end of the presentation. So you have to stay until the end. Don't worry, it's not gonna last an hour. It's gonna be, it probably be at most 30 minutes. Hello, people. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna start us out. So, what is vibes? Why vibes? Why does this exist? So I'm gonna tell you a bit more about myself. So I identify as gay, and when I started exploring this part of myself when I was maybe 16 or 17, I was like, yeah, there's a LGBTQ community that exists somewhere, but I don't know how to reach it. And I explored a lot. I'm a very shy person. I know that might not be obvious since I'm doing like a live and I created this app, but I'm a very shy person, so I did not go to any gay bars, gay events, things like that. So I felt quite isolated, to be honest. And I used a lot of dating apps to meet people. And it worked well for dates, but I wanted something more. I wanted to create myself a circle of queer friends. I wanted to make friends. And I don't know if any of you have tried making friends on dating apps. And it can work sometimes, but it's not the best way to do so. And I was really tired of, swiping and getting ghosted and everything. And I started to think like, how can I meet LGBTQ people in a better way? And actually, I discovered this great app that's called Meetup. If any of you know that app, it allows you to create groups to organize local events. And I thought that was a great idea. And that's why I thought, hey, maybe I can create an LGBTQ group. And I did. So it was local, so it was in Paris, France. But it kind of grew more than I ever expected, and I saw more and more people coming in, and people that had the same thought as I did. Like, how can we meet queer people in a friendly way? And more than that, some people are, you know, some people are looking for love, but they don't like using dating apps because it doesn't feel natural. And in this group, we would organize like picnics and walks and going to bars, and people would meet in a more authentic way. They would meet in real life. And this led to many people like finding their friends, finding their best friends, finding love, getting married even in that group. And I thought, wow, we have something great. Like I've created something great, but it's only in France, you know. And I took care of that group for 3 years, and I thought if I could create an app that would do basically the same, we could do this all over the world. And so I'm lucky enough to be a developer. So I started developing this app, and Vibes are released back in 2023 in a very rough version, but yeah. So Vibes is the social network for the LGBTQ community. And we want it to be a real social network, like not like Instagram where you just consume reels and see influencers. We really want to connect people, and we want to connect the LGBTQ community of all over the world. And you know, the goal of Vibes is to make friends, is to make connections, if any kind. It can be friends, it can be professional, it can be love. we we're not a dating app, and that's something that's why we don't have swiping on the app. That's why you don't send likes on Vibes. You follow people because we're a social network. And the most important thing about Vibes is creating real connections. So for many of you that are not in France, you might have noticed that there's a tab for hangouts, for meetups, real life meetups. And you probably don't have anything right now because we don't have many people outside of France because we are a French company, we are a French group, so it started in France. But we really want to expand all over the world, and so we started a bit doing expanding in the US, but also in England, if some of you are in England. So yeah, and the idea is to really create connections in other ways that other dating apps. We're really different from Tinder, from Grindr. We really want to be different. So Vibes is, it's a small startup, it's a company. We are only two of us working on this project. So we're not a big company. We're not like, we don't have the resources of Tinder. So yeah, when you ask us like, why is there no more people on Vibes? Why is there still issues on more, not more features? That's because we are really a tiny project. But we really are trying to do something very positive for the community, for the LGBTQ community. But yeah, we're only two. We've just started. So yeah, we are really thankful for you to be on the app this early. But yeah, that explains why we are such on a tiny scale until now. But to give you some numbers, because I saw Stacy asking it, we have more than 100,000 registered users, but most of it are in France. So that's why you don't see many or more people all around the world. But yeah, so that's already really good. And in France, there's more than 5,000 meetups that were organized where people met in real life. Many types of events, people going to the movies, having drinks. There was some speed dating, some picnics. So it's really lively in France, especially in Paris. But we hope it's gonna be soon anywhere in the world. So yeah, you really like, you joined a project that's very early, but that is gonna become something huge, hopefully, because we think the LGBTQ community needs something like that, especially with everything that's going on in the world. I don't know if you heard, but things like Instagram or Google, they're starting to go back on some of the LGBTQ rights that they had on these platforms. So having an alternative social network that made for and by the LGBTQ community, I think is going to be really important. So it's great that you've joined us, and yeah. Okay, good. So when you scan the QR code, you are able to ask questions like Juan, so I can see them. Why not having... Yeah. So I guess we can go through the app a little bit. So you can see on the left of the screen, there's the app, and I can show you some of the things because some of you I know are a bit confused when they are on the app. So the way you look for people on Vibes is by the preference. So you open the menu on the top, on the bottom right, and you have the My Preferences button. And this is where you can choose what type of people you want to see. So you can filter by genders, by ages, by the language that the person speaks. So that's the main thing. And if you want more filters, when you're, for example, on the list of profiles, you have a little button on the top right that's filters. So there are more filters here. And advanced filters are for subscribers, which I will talk about a bit more later. But yeah, basically you choose who you want to see on Vibes with my preference menu. And this will influence the profiles that you see here, but also the posts that you can see here. For example, if you only want to see women, there on the posts, you will only see women if you select it in my preferences. Yes. All right. So yeah, some of you might ask, there's a lot on the app. There's a lot of things. It can be a bit confusing. And like I was saying before, we are only a small team of 2 people. We are working really hard to make this the best app possible. But yeah, we don't have the resources. I'm the only developer. And you know, we like to try a lot of things. Some of the things work, some of the other things don't. And yeah, we really listen to the feedback of the community. We listen to your ideas, to your suggestions. So yeah, but it's a work in progress, you know. And yeah, it's a lot of work, and I hope it's gonna work out for everyone. We really want to provide that sense of community, that sense of you know, connection to anyone. All right, I'm a bit lost in my windows. Sorry. Yeah. So I wanted to know, why did you join the app? I'm just curious because people they join Vibes for different reasons. So if you can answer this by scanning the QR code or just telling me in the live chat, I would love to hear it. I'm very curious. So like I was saying, for my part, I wanted something like Vibes because I don't like dating apps, to be honest. I find that swiping profiles is pretty boring, and I just love meeting people in real life. And by just, you know, I love joining groups and chatting about certain things. I'm a bit of a geek, so you know, I think it's always fun that, for example, you can talk about Pokemon with other queer people, and you know, that's a thing in common, and that makes it easier to connect and maybe find someone interesting, whether it's to make friends or to date or anything. So yeah, that's the idea of Vibes, is doing different things together. It can be going to events, talking about a subject, joining a group, and meeting people that way instead of just swiping through profiles. Because yeah, profiles, it's just a picture, you know. People are really different from their picture in sometimes, and you know, I think it tells you more when you meet people through doing something together than just reading through a profile. All right. Do we have more questions maybe? Yes, tired of not meeting real people, looking for regular activities and finding friends. Yeah, that's exactly why we created Vibes. So I don't know where you are, Juan, but I hope that we're gonna be able to provide that for you soon. Mujuhat says, I've mainly have straight friends, and talking about LGBTQA plus can be really limited sometimes with them, from dating to social equality. Yeah, that's right. I mean, the idea is not to replace all your friends with queer people, of course, but there's some subjects that you can't like if you have not experienced what it's like to be LGBTQ, it's really hard to talk about certain subjects. So I think it's always important to have a few LGBTQ friends, so you can talk about these subjects. And we have a lot of experiences in common as LGBTQ people. We have done coming outs, we have been sometimes harassed online or offline, unfortunately. So these are the things that people in general cannot necessarily relate. So I'm seeing a lot of great stories on Vibes of people sharing about positive but also negative stuff. And I think it's important to have a place where you can share those. So yeah, for the people who don't know really how to post on Vibes, I'm gonna show you. So you have to go on the second tab with the chat, and yet there you have a button to post something, and there you can share about anything. Really, like it's your place to share. You can just share what you ate today. You can start a debate. You can share your favorite music. And I really encourage to do it. Sometimes you're not gonna get any comments, any reactions, but don't let this discourage you, because sometimes you're gonna create great connections through this, through comments, through reactions. So if you want to post anything about yourself or anything you like, I really encourage to do so. I know it's not easy. I'm not used to sharing on social network myself, but Vibes is a bit different, and you can talk about really anything, so don't hesitate. Jason says he wanted to get to know some queer folk, as all of my friends are not part of the LGBTQ community. So you see, we all have kind of this same idea, and it's great. And I hope you get to make some friends from the community, Jason. Yeah. I don't know if any of you come from Reddit, because we had quite a few people coming from Reddit, especially from the US. So yeah, we kind of see Vibes as a little LGBTQ Reddit, or maybe an old school version of Facebook, I would say, where back before Facebook was taken by influencers. I don't know if you remember, maybe I'm too old for that, but back in the day, Facebook was about celebrating birthdays and vacations and sharing with your friends and just posting about your daily life. Nowadays, it's only about influencers and funny videos, which is fine, but it kind of lost the spirit that it had before. And some people describe Vibes as an old version of Facebook, but in a good way. It's a place where you can just vibe with people and talk about anything, and we hope that you find it, that people are positive and happy and encouraging. That's what we're trying to encourage on Vibes. We don't want to be something like Twitter, where people they just go there to confront each other. Vibes is not that place. Vibes is a place to lift each other up. It's a place of community. So please, if you interact with people, if you comment, post, be nice. Be nice. All right, you're in Paris, Juan. So yeah, you should have no issues finding events and new people to connect with. All right. I see someone is typing. Remember that if you have any questions or if you want to know something, just ask it in the chat or by scanning the QR code here. I think it's not every day that you get the creator of an app that can answer anything. So if you're curious about how it works, on how things work backstage, like this is your time to ask. Don't be shy. And you can also introduce yourself in the chat. So yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not a great streamer, so there's gonna be sometimes where I don't, where there's gonna be silences, but I hope it's fine. Yeah. How does making groups work? Yeah. So groups is kind of a feature that's a bit hard to understand on Vibes. It's a feature that we didn't have the time to give it much love. So if you find it confusing, it's not on purpose. It's just that we don't have time to work on it. So I'm gonna show you how to find groups. So you can find on the tab, the menu tab on the bottom right here, there, you have a button groups. And here you can find the group that you're part of. You can find popular and new groups, and you can create one. All right. But if you want to search for a group, and this is where it gets a bit confusing. I don't even remember how to do it. Yeah, okay. So you have this when you're on this tab. Yeah, you have the little search button on the top left, sorry. And there you can search group by checking groups here. This is basically the tab to search for anything from members to events to places. So you just check groups, and I don't know, maybe you can, if you type something like sports, you can find all the groups that are about sports. But yeah, we are working on the groups tab, and it's gonna be easier to find them, to join them, and to find, like, for example, here you can see a lot of French groups, which might not be interesting if you don't speak French. But yeah, it's a good point. We're working on the groups, but in the meantime, you can use this way. All right. Is there another questions? Yes. Can you explore different city? So the way to explore a different city now is to change your own location. And you can do so by opening the menu again, going to My Preferences, and here you can change your city. But be aware that it's going to change the city that's on your profile. So be careful about that. But if you want, you can explore New York. Right now, Vibes is not tied to your geolocation. It's not like other apps that directly geolocate you. So you can change where you're based. So if I want to see people from New York, for example, I can pick New York. I can save. And for example, if I go to the people tab, you can see people from New York, and I can see events. But as I told you, there's not a lot of things right now outside of France, so there's no events, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm gonna put myself back in Paris. Thank you all for your questions, by the way. In the quick reaction emojis, there's the red flag, but can we also instead get the green flag to support good behavior? That's interesting. That's interesting. So for those people who don't know what Stacy is talking about, so I'm going to a random group chat here, and you can react. Those are the quick reactions. And there's a red flag here, and Stacy is asking if we can have a green flag as well. So that's interesting. I will think about that. Awesome. Yes, the translate feature will be added at some point. It's gonna be first for the user's profile. So if someone has written their bio in French, you're gonna be able to see it directly in your main language, so probably English. This is something that will come. I don't want to say. Yeah, it will probably come soon. maybe sooner than you'd expect. But right now we have a lot of things to do, but translation is on our mind for sure. Yes. Is there a limit of people we can follow or can follow us on Vibes? There's no limit. You can follow all the people you want. There's no limit, there's no daily limit. Yeah, the only thing that's limited is message requests. So you cannot message 1,000 people every day. That would be a bit spammy, but you can follow 1,000 people a day if you want. And yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. How do we make friends or find love on Vibes? And following people is actually the best way to create connections. So if you go to any profile of anyone that you might find interesting, for example, you can follow that person. And following is like on Instagram. That shows that you're interested in that person and what that person posts. Because when you follow someone, you're gonna see their posts in priority. That's the thing. And when you follow someone, they get a notification that you follow them. It's not like Tinder when you like people and it's like a matching and it's secret. When you follow someone, they get a notification and they can choose to follow you back. And if they follow you back, it usually means that they're interested as well. So I would recommend sending a message. Yeah, quite simply sending a message when you think you are both interested. And I've made many great connections that way. So yeah, follow as many people as you want. Yeah, for groups, we are gonna improve the search tab. For now, it's very simple, but this is something we're gonna improve for sure. Yes. All right. So yeah, we kind of covered it a little bit, but I wanted to know what are your tips and what's for you, what's the best way of starting a conversation with someone? I would love to hear it. Yeah, so I mentioned it a little bit. Following people is a great start, but if you do follow each other, what's the best way to starting a conversation? Yeah, I would love to hear your recommendations. It's not always easy to strike a conversation. It can be a bit awkward at first, but maybe some of you have some ideas, so you can tell me in the chat or by scanning the QR code here. And in the meantime, I see that there's another question. If I remember well, when you follow someone and they follow you back, you can have a notification when they go to an event to join. Yes. So when two people follow each other, we consider that they're friends on Vibes. And so you're gonna have more information about what they're doing. So for example, if someone you are friends with goes to an event, you're gonna get a notification that that person is going to an event. So you can maybe join too. But if someone follows you and you don't follow them back, they're not gonna know what event you're gonna do. So yeah, you have to follow each other. All right. Sorry, I'm doing a little bit of moderation at the same time. Liking a post, joining a group that share the same interests with me is always the first way I start a conversation, and that's great. Yeah. Yes, the pronoun feature has been broken, but I think it's fixed now. Can you please try it again and maybe tell me if that works? there was an issue with English pronouns, especially. Hello. Hi, how it's going today? Or talking about anything the person mentioned on your profiles. Yes. So that's a good point. If you want to increase the number of people sending you message, remember to fill your bio, to write something a bit interesting about yourself. You don't have to write a huge amount of text, but write a little bit, because if you have an empty profile, it's going to be really hard to send a first message to you, and that's a shame. So work a bit on your bio. I know it's annoying. I don't like writing bios as well, but it's the first thing that people are going to see, and if you don't have one, it's going to be really hard to create a conversation. So that's probably my best tip, is to work on your bio. And it doesn't have to be crazy original or anything, you know. It can be very simple, but just tell something about yourself. Yes, the pronoun works. Awesome. Yes. What's your favorite kind of cheese? That's a good way to start a conversation. It might be a bit surprising, but I like it. It's fun. Fake accounts. Yeah, I can show you how to spot report a fake account. So when you go to a profile and you have the three buttons on the top here, and when you click on it, you can report people. And this is really important, because this is how we keep the community safe. So if there's someone who's being aggressive, or someone you think is a fake profile, please report it immediately, and we usually take action really fast. So this is really, really important. We know that there's going to be fake accounts, unfortunately, because it's really hard to spot them. But when you report them to us, I will see it personally, and I will ban the person very fast. So please don't hesitate to report people if needed. Of course, don't report people if they're not doing anything wrong, but yeah, don't hesitate. All right. So yeah, as I was telling earlier, we are a tiny team. We're just two people from France. We're trying to make this work, but really we don't have the resources that other apps have. We don't have $1 million. We didn't raise a lot of money. So yeah, we're doing our best, but frankly, we can use your help, especially if you're outside of Paris, of France, sorry. So yeah, please talk to your friends, your queer friends, about us. Tell us about the project. Tell us that it's going to be something that's going to get big, but that we need the community's help to make it grow. So share about it. It's free, and it helps us a lot. So yeah, thank you for that. Another free way to support it is to write a review. You can write a review on the iOS or the Android store, and this really helps us. So please write a little word, not only the stars, but write a little word, and this really helps. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah. And the last way you can help us is to subscribe. Being a subscriber of Vibes really means a lot. First of all, it means that you support what we're doing, and you get access to a few cool features. Your profile will pop up a little bit more. It will be a bit boosted. You're going to be able to send unlimited chat requests per day, and there's a ton of other features, like creating your own group. So if you see a group that's missing and you really want to talk about that subject, you're going to be able to create a group on that subject. So yeah, becoming subscribers is really important for us, because as I was saying, we don't have a lot of resources, and this helps us improving the app and keeping it alive. So please do if you are able to. But writing a review and sharing about us is really, really helpful already, if you don't have, if you can't pay right now, which, you know, times are tough. So yeah. But thank you for everyone for already participating in this presentation, for participating in the app, for asking your questions. We are at the end right now. So yeah, if you have last seconds questions, please send them now. But otherwise, I'm gonna let you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I will be randomly choosing a winner for the 3 months subscription. I will pick from the Vibes app, so you will get a message if you won the 3 months subscription. So be on the lookout. All right. Is there any more questions? What is the next step for Vibes? All right. One big step was already starting creating this community outside of France. So this is something that's still going on right now. So it's a lot of work in progress. As I was saying, we're working on adding the translate feature. We're working on having better groups and finding them more easily. So these are the little features that we're working on. But there's gonna be a big thing that is coming, but you're gonna hear it. I can't tell you a lot about this, but basically we're doing a crowdfunding for a specific feature that we've wanted to do for a very long time. And if you want to, you're gonna get more information about the crowdfunding very soon. So please follow us on Instagram, maybe follow me on Vibes, and you will get for some information about that soon. I can tell you that the crowdfunding will probably start at the start of April, and I really hope that you're gonna enjoy what we've prepared and that you will be able to participate in that crowdfunding. It's gonna be really, really important for us, and we've prepared some really cool things, some perks for the people that participate. So yeah, but it's a big thing that we're working on now. Yeah. Personal question: is Vibes your main activity? How many people are working on Vibes? So yeah, we are 2 people working on the app, me and my co-founder, whose name is Canel. Maybe you know her. She's handling all the social networks, so maybe you've seen her face. But we're only 2, and we are doing this full time. But yeah, we've been grinding really hard on this, to be honest. We've worked nonstop on this app for the last 2 years. It's been hard because we are doing something very difficult, to be honest. And yeah, the only motivation that we have keeping working on this is how many people we're able to help, all the great feedback that we have, and people telling us like that they've made great friends or they've found love on Vibes. This is what keeps us going, because yeah, we're working really hard on this. And yeah, we are still a tiny project, you know. We're tiny, but we're looking to do something great for the community. I already tell you that, but yeah. All right. I think we're out of questions, so I will end it here. I want to thank you again for joining us, joining me, joining, I guess, this live stream today. I hope you enjoyed and that you got some of your questions answered. There will be more of these in the future. We also do sometimes Instagram live streams. So yeah, please be on the lookout for those. And it was a pleasure to meet all of you. And I hope to see you soon on Vibes. Don't hesitate to follow me. I'll follow you back. And yeah, please enjoy the rest of your day. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Muju Art. Thank you, Jason. Take care, everyone. Yeah. Bye.